Good Monday Matters. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and a wonderful Sabbath, and looking forward to a good week that God has in store for you. My name is Mike Courtney, and this is Monday Matters. Every Monday I take a few minutes to talk about something that makes your life happier, healthier, and perhaps a little bit holier. And that's what this is. So I appreciate you being a part of this. It's something I feel like I say almost every week. I have no idea why I do it, except I feel like I'm supposed to. If you like it, then click like, subscribe, tell your friends. I don't know. Whatever those things are you're supposed to do. But thank you today for being a part of Monday Matters. I got a text, an email this week from a friend that was telling me about another friend and that's going through a very difficult time. And the comment was that they feel like they have no friends. They feel like they have no friends. Now, I know that's not true. I know this person. I know that they're a good person, that they've impacted a lot of people's lives, and that they have done good things for people, and that they do have friends, that they have people that share their story and they have friends. But all of us probably know those times, going through those moments where it feels like we have no friends. It's hard. It's difficult. There's something in us that desperately need friends. Mayo Clinic did a report recently that said that people who have friends are healthier, happier. They didn't say a little bit holier, but they could have said that. They are not as prone to isolation. They're obviously not as prone to loneliness. They have greater sense of purpose, of belonging, and meaning in their life. To paraphrase a phrase from Bill Gaither, people who have friends find their joys multiplied and their sorrows divided. There's something important about having friends. But why don't we? Why do we go through those seasons, or maybe even through long chapters in our life where it feels like we have no friends? I think we're busier than we've ever been. Sometimes rightly so, sometimes necessary, sometimes not. Sometimes the lack of friendship causes us to fill that time with busyness. We're busier than we've ever been. I think we are more prone to polarization. I don't know exactly why that is, but societally we are, and we tend to be that way then personally. And so people who were once our friends disagree with us about a political system or a religious stance or a favorite baseball team, and we refuse to be friends with them. So we are more societally polarized. We are busier. And along that line, I think social media is a big culprit in this. We have quasi-friends. We have probably more than we've ever had before, a list of friends, but they're not really friends. Most sociologists agree that a person can handle about 150 relationships on various levels of relationships, but as total, in aggregate, about 150 relationships. I was interested, so I did a quick study of how many Facebook friends the average person has. Quite honestly, it's far fewer than I thought. 338. The average Facebook user has 338 friends. That's still more than twice of what you can actually handle. And so in many cases, we are spending time and energy trying to appease or keep up with or impress 338 people that we really don't even know very well, at the expense of genuinely taking care of those friends that are important to us, that matter to us. Of that 150 friends that most sociologists agree we can have, they also say that you probably can handle about 5 close friends. Only about 5 really close friends. It made me think that I have different kinds of friends. I have tennis friends. I have guys that I play tennis with, I enjoy, I know a little bit about them. I don't know much about them. Most of them, I don't know where they live. I don't know I do know their phone numbers because I have a list, but I don't know their story very much. We have a shared common interest, and that's about it. We are tennis friends. A lot of us have friends like that, church friends or garden club friends or school friends. We have a shared common interest, and that's about it. And then I have some pickup friends, friends who have a pickup truck that I will call when I need to move my refrigerator. When I've got a flat tire, I've got some friends that I know I can count on. When the going gets tough and I need a babysitter or a grandbabysitter, I can. So I have friends that we have more than just a common interest. We know that we are willing to do favors for one another. We're willing to, but that's still not a deep, deep level of friendship. I have coffee friends. They are more than just shared acquaintances. They're more than just willing to do a favor for me. They're friends that I'll spend time with and talk about things, perhaps about deeper things, that I'll unload a burden or ask for some advice. They're my coffee friends. But then I have a few what I call heart donor friends. I've got maybe 2 or 3 that I know they would go to the wall for me and I would go to the wall for them. I would give them my heart. They give me their heart all the time, every day. My friend Robert is one of those. He would do anything for me and I would do anything for him. And in fact, it's interesting that some of those other things we don't have. He doesn't have a pickup truck and he doesn't play tennis, so some of those other things are not there. But those deep, intimate, a friend that sticketh closer than a brother kind of friend, we can handle about 5 of those, and we need at least 2 or 3, I think, to be healthy. So how do you, if you feel like you don't have friends, if you go down through that list and say, man, all my friends are tennis friends, or I've got a few pickup friends and that's about it. How do you have close friends? How do you nurture and develop those intimate heart donor friends, as I call them? Well, I jotted down 5 things. Sorry, I need a friend who can count. 5 things. First of all, you have to be available. It takes time. It just takes time. It takes intentionality. It takes being willing to go out and eat one night when you really don't want to. You'd rather stay home. But you know what? We really need to do this. We haven't seen each other for a while. So be available. Be willing to answer the phone and talk for a little while when it's really not that convenient. Be willing to go help move a refrigerator. But more than that, be willing to make a hospital call or pray with them. Be available. Part of the reason that we don't feel like we have friends is because we haven't been a friend. Pick out 2 or 3 people and say, I'm going to be their friend. I can't make them be mine, but I'm going to be their friend. Be available. Number 2, be accepting. Don't be judgmental. If you want your friend to be exactly like you are, then you really don't. You can talk to yourself. You don't need a friend. Be accepting. Allow for differences. Allow for a difference of opinion. Allow for some confrontation from time to time. And there have been some times when Robert has kind of read me the riot act and told me something he felt like I was not doing right. And I don't like that. It's not fun, but I don't refuse to be a friend because of that. Be accepting. Be tolerant. Be open. Say, this is my friend, for better or for worse, and sometimes when it doesn't feel good, I'm still gonna maintain this friendship. Be available, be accepting, be interested. Be interested. Listen, let's be honest. Most of us are far more interested in what we have to say than what anybody else has to say. But if you're genuinely going to be a friend, you need to listen more than you talk. You need to look at pictures of their grandkids. You need to talk about their issues. You need to be interested. I have friends. I have people that I spend time with and associate with, and we'll have an hour-long conversation. And when the conversation is over, I realize, you know what? They don't know one thing more about me than when this conversation started. I know lots about them. They talked about everything in their life. Now, I'm not talking about counseling clients. That's what I'm supposed to do. But I'm talking about friends that we spend time with, and all they do is talk about themselves. Listen, I'm pretty sure that there are people who would say, yeah, I spent an hour with you and I felt the same way. I've been guilty of that, I know. But to really be a friend, you have to listen. You have to be interested, be available, be accepting, be interested. And then finally, you have to be receptive. You have to be willing to give and take. Now, I have other friends who are too much on the listening side. I'll say, well, tell me how things are going. And their response is, they're good. What about you? How are your grandkids are doing? That doesn't allow for genuine friendship. I need to hear from you as well. I need to allow you to do me a favor, not just me do you a favor. It's more blessed to give than receive. You know how good you feel when you help somebody, when you do something for them. And yet if you have a friend who always picks up the check, who never allows you to help, who never responds, that's not a good friendship. So I have to strike that balance between giving and taking, asking and receiving, listening and talking, be receptive. So we need friends. We need our 150 that the sociologists say, but we also need those 3 or 4 or 5 close friends. And that takes hard work, and it's not easy. In order to do that, I need to be available, I need to be accepting, I need to be interested, and I need to be receptive. I hope that this has helped you to examine yourself, first of all, and say, do I have some friends? Am I a good friend? What can I do to be better? The writer of Proverbs said in Proverbs 27:5, a sweet friendship refreshes the soul. That's good, isn't it? And Jesus said in John 15:14, you are my friends. Well, I don't know if you have a pickup truck or not, but you're my friend, and thank you for listening to this and being a part of this. I'd love to hear from you, by the way. Drop me an email or a text or a response to this video and say, hey, here's something you can help me pray about. By the way, that's another thing that friends do. Friends pray for one another. So I pray for you. Have a blessed day. Thanks for being part of this. Have a great week. I'll post something every day this week about friendship, and I'll see you next Monday on Monday Matters.